Okay, cool. Mute muna. My name is Joe Valera. I'll be your trainer for Q&A for this session. I've done a couple of Q&A training. A matter of fact, the recently concluded Mutya ng Kasarinlan 2023 in Abu Dhabi, I was one of the Q&A trainer. I'm a teacher by profession. I am an IELTS teacher. I teach international English language testing system. I am accredited by British Council in Abu Dhabi. I am doing their speaking test. So I'm very familiar on how to ace your Q&A. This coming Sunday, you girls will be doing a closed door interview. The full mechanics of the closed door interview was not discussed to everyone yet, but that will be a portion where you ladies will be tested, and that your Q&A prowess and your skills when it comes to answering questions will be tested. So, ready na ba kayo? I know some of you are very
ready.
I did your interview. What I'm very proud of this batch is that you are very comfortable and you are very confident when asking my questions. That's also one of my talent, like, is really squeezing and making you comfortable with the interview. It's para hindi ka kakabahan. But this is a panel interview. Ang mangyayari sa inyo, madaming magtatanong sa inyo. There will be like, they're checking, the panel of judges will look at you from head to toe. Titingnan lahat ng profile ninyo, titingnan lahat ng kilos ninyo, and especially the Q&A. So there will be questions. There are things that you need to prepare. What can you see on your screen right now? Q&A, tama? Question answer?
Question answer, yes.
Okay, some of the ladies will follow later on, but let's begin. These are the possible questions, the basis of your of the possible questions that you will be asked on Sunday. When you stand there, you will basically say something about yourself. It's like an interview. Tell me something about yourself. It is just proper for, even though that they have your details, that you start with your name. My name is Yvonne Tanyeza. My name is Generos, and then your last name, your name, and your full name. Age is optional, but what will be the details that comes after your name is crucial. My name is Yvonne Tanyeza, and I am your next Mrs. Philippines Universe. I don't know, it could be that. You need to make a mark with these panel of judges. Impress them with your words. You have to be very confident. Huwag kakabahan. How would you avoid from getting nervous when you are in front of the panelists? Yung nagkakaroon kayo ng panic attack.
Yeah, I'm stuttering.
Yes. Breathe in and breathe out. That's the first thing that you need to do. My name is Sheena Mekador. I am a mother of 5. I am this and that. There are some candidates that are straight right away that are giving their advocacy. Say, for example, Chini. My name is Chini. I'm a cow mama. That's her catchphrase, because she wants to be remembered together with her advocacy. So what will be your style? Hi, my name is Athena, and I can drink 1 bottle of whiskey. Tama ba, Athena? Gusto mo bang gano'n ang maaalala sa'yo ng panel? No, I'm just kidding. But you have to be remarkable. You have to be remembered by the panelists. Kasi as a judge, that's what we do. Like, how would this candidate stand out? My name is Lauren, and I advocate for this and that. My name is Bella. My name is Sonia, and I'm a cancer survivor. Agad-agad may matatandaan sa inyo yung candidate. So what comes after your name is important because we remember you as a judge. Oh, Jessica, the TikToker. Oh, Yvonne, the American citizen. Oh, Janice, the marketer, hotel representative. Gina Rose, the teenage mom. Those are the things that comes in my mind. I would associate you to a description, an adjective. So think about how would you be remembered. That's the first thing. Next, what makes you different from other girls competing today? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Some of you might be using your cell phones, but if you're using your laptop, you can see the full screen.
Yes, we
What do
can
you
see
think that you are
now.
best candidate for this title? Advocacy or the pageant, the unique thing about Mrs. Philippines is it's advocacy. How are you unique? Because all of you ladies are fighting for different advocacies or fighting for different um, like mission and vision for yourself or for the community that you serve for. So apart from because that's the platform for Mrs. Philippines. You're not just promoting yourself. You are promoting for the community. I am different from the other candidates because I promote um, I promote women and I mean gender equality. I am an engineer by profession, but we all know that this profession is a male dominated profession. But I want to show that the community or the people here in the UAE that what men can do, so as women. So how are you going to be different? Avoid cliches. What are your cliches when you're answering questions? Those things that are already in your bio data. They're already looking at it. Tinitingnan na nila yung mga papers ninyo. So again, you have to be remarkable with these panel of judges. So what makes you unique? That's a question that you yourself can only answer.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Nasa
Alright.
highway pa ako.
Okay lang po, Ms. Remy. This video is being recorded anyway, so you can go back to the session later on.
Okay.
Okay, let's continue. Introduce how your values and mission align with the pageant. Another thing. Yes. I-align ninyo yung advocacy ninyo doon sa competition. I highly recommend mentioning the name of the pageant and your advocacy together in all your answers. It's like answering your questions in your IELTS exam. Don't go off topic. You have to be mentioning the pageant because that's what you are vying for. At the same time, you yourself, you are selling yourself to the judges. So it has to be connected. Jessica, Mrs. Philippines UAE. Anne, Mrs. Philippines UAE. Remy, Mrs. Philippines UAE Tourism. I don't know what you would like to get, but aim for the highest crown. Example pageant answer. Introduce yourself. This is an example. What I love about this pageant system is how my values align perfectly in with the pageant. I know firsthand that the work, dedication, and courage that come with competing in a pageant and want to be a leader and role model for all girls competing. I plan to use this title to make an even greater impact on platform and pageants platform as it is a very special issue to me that I plan to eradicate or alleviate as much as possible. It will also help you if you get to watch pageants in YouTube. In YouTube, Q&A portion, you will see a lot of questions there. It will help you to build your answers. Makakakita kayo ng mga examples where you can edit and then align in your own advocacy in the pageant's mission as well. How do you see yourself in 5 years? Always be your answer should be first person, base it from your own experience. Don't go to a different path. Base it from yourself. Sa sarili mo mismo, sa sarili mo ka manggaling ng story. Because again, who are you selling here? Yourself to the judges. Yes. So relate it. We, I am, doon manggagaling yung mga sagot mo because you will not run out of answers if you relate it from your own experience. What would you do? Who are the pageant winners that we had? Pia Works back answered it. She related to her advocacy, HIV, and what was that other advocacy she was referring to? She won Miss Universe 2015. Also, Catriona Gray related it to her charity. Di ba lahat ng mga stories na yun? Yes, sa sarili nila. So you do that as well. Base it from your own experience. You might not have that much experience yet, but it is also the reason why Miss Rose is inviting you to events kasi you will learn from others people's story. And then dun mo na lang siya din maititwitch, di ba? Some of you might have stories that are already strong. I must say, yung story nung kay Sonia, say for example, is everyone can have already heard and relate, di ba? Yung sa cancer survivor, and that's really appealing, dramatic. People would remember you easily. So choose wala pa tayo, hindi pa nagtatanong ng advocacy, although you have you already have written your advocacies and your forms, but hindi pa siya formally out, but you can still edit or you can still improve. Choose something that is dramatic, something that has emotional appeal. Diba? Sexual harassment, yung I don't wanna say it this way, but yung like victims, ang laki ng impact niyan. Demi, kita niyo yung nanalo after Catriona Gray, na Miss Universe. Si Demi yung South Africa. Her advocacy was she was attacked. Yung weakness na part na yon nung na-attack siya in South Africa, she used that. 'Di ba ano yung naging advocacy niya after that? Fighting for yung self-defense.
Yes.
Zoe Bini.
Martial arts.
Yes. Zoe Bini, Tunzi, South Africa as well. Ano yung advocacy niya? Racism. 'Di ba? She wants to see women like her in the future, that her color is also beautiful. So yung mga ganun, may emotional appeal. Who won after that? Right now, ang nanalo si yung half Filipino, but before her,
Arbani Gabriel.
yes, si Arbani. yung half Filipina. But
Yeah.
before that, sa kanya sustainable design. Kasi 'di ba ang ating ang pakulo na ngayon sa mundo ay yung mga sustainability. So she is relating to that as well. So try nyo mag-check ng mga title holders before what they are fighting for. Si yung Miss Universe na yung India from India, yung she
Ano?
is being body shamed.
Kasi
Yes,
tumaba.
di ba? Exactly. Eh, di ba may sakit siya? So, women can relate to her, di ba? Bigla siyang nag-weight gain. But she used that as her weapon as well to be a spokesperson because you ladies are all spokesperson. Next. So how would you see yourself in 5 years? Related. Try to get emotional appeal. I am a mother of three. I have two colleges right now. In 5 years, I see my children to be walking through the path that they wanted to. They chose to get medical courses because they want to be self-supporting in the future. And as a mother, I wanted to support that. I want to break the chain of this and that, financial problems when it comes to family. Try to get emotional appeal. Tell me more something about yourself. How are you going to do that? How are you going to make yourself interesting with the panel of judges? How are you? This is the light part naman, di ba? Earlier, we tackled about getting emotional appeal, but this part is light part. Hi, my name is Ginny Rose. On my spare time, I go for basketball. Saka nakakita ng babae na nagba-basketball sports. Probably, you could use that. Something that would edge. Even though that you are sisters, and even though that you girls build sisterhood here, you are still competitors. That's something that we cannot take away. Ang request ko lang as one of as a as an advisor, wag po kayong mag-away-away after the patch. Wag po tayong magsiraan later on. Baka yan po ay pwedeng makasuhan, ha? You girls posted with and dropped names online, that's a legal case. Pwede kayong makulong for defamation. So you yourself, girls, be careful of anything that you post online because that can be taken against you. It can either make you or break you. I know that Filipinos are natural marites. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Where people want na chismis, laging it draws attention. Ay, si ganito pala, may ganito and ganyan. So pag-uusapan nyo na ka-closest mo, sabi, ay si Ann pala, second wife. Baka yung mga ganun chismis. Please, ladies. That's just an example. It is inevitable. I know it's in our veins probably as Filipino, maybe it's a Filipino culture. But be ethical at the same time, morally righteous. Alam po natin ang tama at mali, no? I think because you stepped and joined this competition, you are already role models. The series of events and promotions that you are doing, if you are finally chosen as an ambassador, do you think Radisson will choose a chismosa ambassador? Someone who is not someone who cannot embody sportsmanship. I know Shane for a long time now. She's a friend of mine. Imagine if they will be getting an ambassador that has that kind of image. No. So at least someone with a good image can be the right ambassador for certain products. not just beauty because you are all beautiful. Next. What will you do if you win this title? This is a common question. What would you win if you win this title? If I am given the opportunity to wear the crown of Mrs. Philippines UAE, I would use this platform to amplify my advocacy, which is cancer awareness program. I want to make sure that the ladies get regular checkup, because taking care of yourself is also taking care of the people that care for you and who loves you. Early detection is necessary because we women are prone to this kind of diseases, yada, yada, yada. So we start with that. Not all of you will be asked the same question. So I'm telling you, yes. Given the opportunity of wearing the crown of Mrs. Philippines UAE, Universe, continue.
Third
Shall we,
question.
please?
How many questions you will be asked for?
That will
Maybe
depend.
3, 5.
Yes. If if your answers are short, they will keep, because there's time limit. So
Okay.
if there's like 2 minutes allotted for a lady and then she answered it less, then you will be asked more. But
2
these are
minutes
the
only
ideal
each?
questions.
Yeah, 2 minutes each
I
because we're 30 candidates.
yeah, I think
For
maximum
Joel.
5. Please.
Okay.
Questions for the meantime.
Sir, I just want to ask.
Yeah.
Please,
Hello.
go ahead.
I'm actually hearing a lot of this is sustainability questions. And
Yes.
research about it, but I cannot figure what is it about. If you can give us a hint, a bit of thoughts or details of about anything about sustainability, it would be.
Yes. Sustainability question, that's true. You can align it with taking care of Earth in general. Anything, this is like a rebranding of the term reuse, reduce, and recycle to sustain. Questions like, how are you here? Because UAE is a first world country. We don't have issues like back in the Philippines where kapag nagtapon ka ng basura, after ng isang baha, babalikin sa tapat ng bahay mo. Pag nagtapon ka ng diaper ng anak mo, isang baha lang, babalikin sa tapat ng bahay mo. So, wala tayong ganong issue dito. But, we are contributing.
How to connect?
Yes. There are summits, eco summits, saying that the actions of first world countries affects the third world countries. Say, for example, the countries that are within the ring of fire, yung merong calamities like typhoon, directly getting yung nasa ring of fire, yung Philippines, Japan, kasi lagi yan ang mga, yung sa Pacific
Asia.
Ocean, lagi yan yung nagkakaroon ng bagyo, mga typhoons. So tayo ang nagkakaroon ng mga problems na ganun. So say for example, ang factory sa ibang bansa, first world countries, say China or maybe like European countries, it affects, nagkakaroon ng butas yung ozone layer, and then that's the climate change. What happens is that we are getting stronger typhoons. We are getting like drastic changes when it comes to our climates. So how are we gonna apply sustainability? Relate nyo yun doon sa reduce, reuse, and recycle. Arbony, sustainable fashion. So yung sa kanya, mga ginagamit niya mga fabrics doon sa kanyang designs ay yung mga ritaso. 'Di ba? Arbony, half Filipino, half American. Ang pinopromote niya is sustainable fashion. Go ahead, Miss Anne.
Yeah, I got it already. Thank you for the
idea. Correct. Ganyan kasi lagi yun matatanong. yung tungkol sa Earth, kasi sa tourism connected yan eh, pag sa Miss Tourism, how are you gonna promote? Ang ipopromote natin ay Philippines, ipopromote natin. Recently, there's an issue. Kailangan kayo, mga bilat kayo, I mean, you ladies, ay aware sa current events. Did you know the issue that Philippine tourism used, alam niyo ba yon? Yung sa Philippine tourism ay gumamit ng mga footages from other countries na pinopromote ang Pilipinas, tapos doon sa ad nila, hindi naman pala lahat galing sa Pilipinas. Did you know that issue?
Yes.
That
I've
Yes,
heard about it.
it
I never
is.
heard of.
Yeah, that's true. So, yung tourism commercial, ito para to being aware doon sa mga current issues, it would help. For the meantime, bawasan ang pagmamarites sa tingnan niyo yung mga nangyayari sa balita. Manood kayo ng balita.
Kung magmamarites kayo, imarites nyo yung current events.
Yes, mga good Samaritans.
Actually,
Good Samaritan.
I actually read the
Tell me,
topic.
yeah, go ahead. What did you read?
Red.
Mhm.
Yun mga photos na kinuha nila sa Saudi or sa Dubai, tapos yung iba sa
Yes. Love Philippines.
tourism na website ng tourism ng Pilipinas.
Correct. I-share ko. Tingnan natin ha. Kasi malamang ito ay current event. I-relate to doon sa questions possible ninyong ma-receive. Kita nyo?
yes.
Yan.
Okay, what if you were asked about that question? What will be your insight? The question is, what will be your insight about the recent issue with the Department of Tourism in the Philippines using footages that are not theirs? That's the question. I think I would answer it this way. The Department of Tourism in the Philippines have already issued an apology of using images that are not their property. We are all aware that that could be a legal case when it comes to that could qualify as a cyber crime. Invalidating the works of Department of Tourism may not be the final output of this situation, but I'd rather see it in the way that the Philippine government would mainly want to show the beauty of the Philippines. We have a total of 7,000 islands that showcase beauty that other nationalities and other countries can appreciate. Rather focusing on the pressing matter, I would, as an advocate of tourism, I would rather focus on the positive side of the I'm choosing for a word other than beauty because I've used that a lot. I've used that multiple times. Filmy. What other synonym for beauty? Synonym beauty. Anyone?
Like we have a lot of natural resources.
That's a good yes. The Philippines has a lot of natural resources that we can use to promote the Philippines. Yeah. We could do that. Positive. Turn it to positive. Don't end negatively. Because that will not sound completely good. Turn a negative question into a positive. All right. You girls ready? I'll ask you question. Let's begin. Let's start with that the negative question and then turning it to positive. What has been your biggest failure? Negative question, turning it into positive. Think mo agad. What is your biggest failure? My biggest failure is not completing my education. This is just as an example. My biggest failure would be not completing my college education. I am an undergrad of nursing, and during my my student life, we are we are financially restricted. My parents can no longer send me to school, but I use that. Ito na, may but na. But I use that to improve myself and to push myself to be better version of myself. When I came here in the UAE, I enrolled myself to training facilities that will improve my skills when it comes to marketing. I completed certain number of hours and now I am using my education, the things that I've learned from the training institute to help me when it comes to doing my job. Now I am the manager of this company and that, and I want to promote that if you are not, if you did not complete your education, you can still continue. Everyone has a different timeline of their success. And I have come to, and now I have come to my, to the completion of my education. Thank you. You could do that. Turning a negative question and giving a positive answer. All right, let's begin. 1 second, let me get the wheel of names. Yun yung question ha, negative to positive. So, give me your names, ladies.
Names? Anne.
I got Anne. Who else?
Anna.
Emelita Paetan, number 28.
Anna, Remy. Who else?
Yvonne.
Jenna Rose, 22.
Phone. Generous. Who else? Yung iba ata nasa work kaya hindi makaano, but it's okay. I have Jessica here. I have Janice.
Athens.
Athena.
Yes, po.
All right, who else? Belle, ikaw, makaka-join ka? Bella?
Yes.
Who else is not here?
Ako, sir, malapit na po ako mag-exit. May BOD meeting po kami.
Okay, sure, no worries. So the question, ladies, is what has been your biggest failure?
I sent it. I sent it.
Okay. Can you see this, the wheel of names? Nakita niyo yung wheel of names?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. Ikot ko na ang ruleta.
Hmm?
Remy, ready ka? Nasa work si Remy. Parang nasa biyaya. Ay, nasa work si Remy. Sandali. Next tayo. Next.
Andyan siya, oh.
Athena,
Wait
ready?
lang, sir. I will answer later. I'm just in the signal.
Sure. Athena,
Ready,
ready?
ready po. Ready.
Very good. All right, Athena, your question
Because
is...
you said let confirm only. Let confirm.
Sure.
No.
Athena, what has been your biggest failure?
Okay, thank you for that question. Well, my biggest failure in life right now is the time that I was able to have my divorce, and I embraced the life of being a single mother. Why? Because it's very tough to be in that spot where you are going to be able to portray both mother and father role, and I won't be able to give my children a father figure. However, this instance in my life would shape me as a strong and independent woman that my daughter would see and make me as an inspiration as soon as they grow up.
Taray naman. Yeah, that's actually a good
Bravo.
answer. Yes. Try to avoid starting it with thank you for that wonderful question, because all questions are wonderful. By directly answering it, the biggest failure of my life would be going through my divorce. So you can start with that.
Okay po, thank you
Yes.
po, sir.
That's actually a good answer. Maganda yon. Ang ganda ng emotional appeal nun. Divorce and then being a dual figure, a mother and a father figure to your children. Good. Next lady. Again, turning a negative question into a positive. All right. Next lady is Yvonne. Miss Yvonne, your question is, what has been your biggest failure?
I can't think of any failure.
Yeah, failure.
I
That's
can't think
actually
of any.
that's actually valid, if you feel that you are a success, but think of like minor ones. Say for example, um to give time to your children because you are a career woman. You can capitalize on that. As a career woman, I am juggling my life being a mother and a career woman. I work as an engineer, yada, yada, yada. And because of my work, I sometimes not give a complete attention to my children. I don't give them my full 24-hour supervision. So you can try with that. Small things. I'll get back to you, Yvonne. Think of...
Okay, I think I just think of something I can probably mention, but I don't think it's really a failure though.
Sure, go ahead, please.
So I think I can consider one of the not really a greatest failure, but I can consider it as a downside or a downfall in my marriage when the time that I was separated with my husband for quite some time, let's say 4 years, and now I am 35 and I don't have children of my own. It's because of that instance. But I believe that it's never too late. And I'm hopeful that I will have children of my own in the next few years while I'm still young and able to make it. But despite of that, I'm very thankful because despite of the distance, there was a reason behind it that I have to stay back in order for me to get my citizenship. And now I've got my citizenship, so I can go wherever I want to go, and I can go wherever my husband will go. So I think that's the positive side of having that downside.
I think that we can capitalize on that story. The society has, you can say, the question is, what is your biggest failure? As a woman, the society has an expectation for us women.
Mm-hmm.
We are expected to have a child and be a mother and take
Mm-hmm.
care of children. Given my situation that I am not given a child of my own, some people might judge me for not having children, but I don't see it that way. And then you can make story of your achievements. So you can try to
Okay.
capitalize on that.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
All right. Next.
Awesome.
Not everyone will get to answer this question, because we have to move forward with other type of questions. But at least you get to see how people are answering and how we can structure your answers. Aziel and Vergara.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Ms. Anne, your question
Yes,
is, what is your biggest failure?
the biggest failure in my life is that I did not keep my marriage work out. He asked actually until now for us to be okay, but I already made my decision to end it. I hope someday we'll be settled legally. But despite of that, those issues that I'm going through, I'm happy to share that my kids understand what was going through with us as their parents. Even though we are not in good terms as wife and husband, in regards to our kids, we are both
Tara na.
hands-on on it and give the best for the future. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah. See, now you're knowing how to do it. A negative question into a positive one. All right, let's move on to other type of question. But if you have a good answer there in your laptop or your computer, write it down in the chat box here. Everyone in the meeting. Next type of question. This could always be. All right. By the way, girls, I want to teach you about the difference between this. Miss, and Mrs. Okay? So you say Miss, M-I-S-S, when you are sure that the woman that you are talking to is single, not married, no kids. M-I-S-S. You use M-R-S if you are sure that the woman that you are talking to or that you are dealing with is married. Mrs. last name or Mrs. complete name. Mrs. Yvonne Tanieza or Mrs. Tanieza. And then you use MS if you are not sure to the person that, if you are not sure, if you are talking to a person that she looks young and single, you don't know if she's married or she is divorced, then she would now be Miss, M-I-S. M-S. Gets?
Gets.
That's the difference. This is a business English. You use this when you are creating a letter or an email. Let's proceed. What do you think that people have a negative image of pageantry? This is a question. What do you think of people that have a negative image about pageantry? People tend to think that pageantry is just show off beauty. Not everyone, not every woman at the same age would be as fresh as you, as accomplished as you, as beautiful as you. That could be, you know, a case. People tend to be insecure. So what do you think? What would you say to these people that has a different kind of a bad image with pageantry? Thoughts? Compose it in your notebooks or in your phone. Negative image. How can you turn that into a good because we're trying to convince people that we're doing this pageant and it is not completely bad. You girls are ambassadors. You girls are role models. You girls are spokesperson. Try to capitalize with that. Why do you think that people have a negative image of pageantry? It's a negative question. Again, if it's a negative question, you end that with positive note. Go ahead, compose your answers, and then I'll call you. People tend to think that pageantry is body shaming. Because you are sexy, now you are the only ones that are have the right to join this kind of pageant. You are beautiful and you are probably ahead or more entitled than other person. Is that the case? So if you receive this kind of question, how are you going to answer that? How are you turn that negative image or negative perception about pageantry into something that is positive? Ready? I will now turn the wheel. So, who will answer this question? According to the wheel, it will be Sheena. Sheena, your question is, why do you think that people have a negative image of pageantry? Is Sheena with us? Parang wala pala si Sheena. Other na lang. Sorry. Please answer this question. Jeannie Rose. Jeannie Rose.
Hello.
Jeannie Rose, your question is, why do you think that people have a negative image of pageantry?
I think because they think that it's a waste of time and it's nonsense, but when they experience what we are doing and what we had now, they will feel proud as well.
That's a good start.
It.
put more. You have to put more substance. Say, for example, put a little bit of story. People think negatively towards pageant because maybe you can choose body shaming. People
People think negative about pageantry because they think it's nonsense and it's a waste of time
why?
and
Answer that
it's not
nonsense. Why is it
useful
nonsense?
as well. So because people might think sometimes that we are just wasting time doing this, we're wasting money, and we are not sure if we're gonna win or what is our assurance about this. So when they experience about what we are having now, they will feel proud at the end of the day that we are now like you are part of the organization.
Yeah.
That's the positive impact.
Yes, you can add sisterhood. You gain friends from the your
Yes, and
competitors.
you can add your socialize. You can be socialized and
Or
yeah,
not
that's it.
relate it with your personal benefit. Ano ba yung nag-gain mo? Probably yung nag-gain mo ay makakatulong para doon sa mga taong may negative perception about pageant to have a different, thoughts and insight about joining this kind of competition. Let's hear the answer. Thank you, Junior Rose.
Thank you.
Let's hear the
That's why
answer
no one's
of
answer.
Jessica. Jessica, your question is, why do you think that people have a negative image of pageantry?
Wait lang.
Ay,
May kausap.
sorry. Alright.
It's okay pa. Ano nga ulit?
Why do you think people have a negative perception about pageantry?
I think many people actually think bad about the pageantry from those people who get involved into it, especially those people that doesn't win, because they take it personally. They take it like there's something going on inside and out, But for me, it's not really the part of winning. It's a part of what you gain when you get involved to the pageantry. It's about how you get how you gain the knowledge, how you gain friends, and especially when you win, you will express or you will use that you will use that kind of voice for your advocacy, especially for your advocacy, that you can also help the other people.
All right, I'll give you more context and examples. Gabriela,
Yes,
like a group back in the Philippines, somehow do not completely support pageants like this because it's somehow against women rights. Suot ka ng swimsuit, pinapakita mo yung katawan mo, pinagbabalandra mo yung katawan mo. Do you think you as a woman would get respect kapag panti-panti ka sa social media? So may mga ganong situation. For you to get to avoid harassment perhaps is to not show your body in public. So that's one argument. Other women would say that balik tayo dun sa waste of time because you can use your time in something productive like say for example something that would you earn money. Yeah. So how are you going to change the perception on other people with that? You tell your experiences. As I said earlier, you gain sisters. Nagkaroon kayo ng sister.
yes. It's not just the sisters, it's also the knowledge actually.
Exactly. You get to know people and people that might be your network. Your network is your net worth because there are like some companies that support the pageant. So you can use that. Those are the positive things in joining this kind of pageant. and you can use that. You know, you're an ambassador, and I said earlier, you're a role model for the people that might you know, look like you. Say for example, kay Janice. Janice is 4 feet. Ilang Janice, gano'ng katangkad?
4'11" po.
For 11. Janice
Baka
can
forfeit
probably, charot lang yung forfeit, unahan pala yun. Sabihin ni Janice, yung pwede yung turn ng story ni Janice is, I might not be a typical pageant queen where you stand 6 foot tall with this kind of vital statistics, but I am a woman with a story, and I am a role model to the people like me. I believe that my story can inspire others. So you start with that. You girls are inspiration. Makaka-inspire kayo ng mga tao na might be with similar stories. Diba? So you can use that. Good.
But
Let me
what
ask.
will be
Thank
the
you, Jessica.
answer? What will be the answer for that Gabriela thing?
The answer for that is you give them the benefits that you experience. Sisterhood, you become a role model, you become a spokesperson because your story are valid. Don't
But
invalidate
how
your
about those?
stories. Yeah, tell me. Body shaming?
Yeah, no, the body showing.
Yes, yung sa body
Showing the
shaming.
body. Yeah.
This is artistic expression. It might be a little still debatable, but this is artistic expression. Fashion industry is a business. This could be showing my body is not necessarily a show of hindi siya nakakabastos, hindi siya pambabastos sa sarili mo. It's not degrading it is not degrading me as a woman. It is more of a self-expression.
But I think for us, we can also use that. Like, even we are mothers, we can still like have this kind of, you know, a body.
Yes.
Diba? Parang ganun.
Because you can probably add, because I celebrate my individuality.
Yes, and
because
how we
yes, I'm taking care
and
of
how
myself.
we take care of myself.
Yes. And I want to be
Yeah,
a role
ganun lang.
model for the mothers that are like me to make sure that they still look good, because I'm a career woman. I want to make sure that I am presentable and as beautiful, not just outside, but also in the inside. Oh, you can
And
add those
celebrate
kind.
your community.
Yes.
And celebrate our community.
Yes,
Celebrating
what's that? Femininity.
Yes.
Femininity. Yes.
Yes.
You are celebrating your femininity.
Femininity.
All right.
Femininity.
Next. Sino pa ang may sagot?
Ate Sonia.
All right.
I can answer as well, siguro.
Ayan, go Ann. Your
I will
question
try.
is, why do you think that people have a negative image of pageantry?
Okay. So okay. Can I first answer it with how I think about those people who have negative impression about pageantry?
Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
I can say that I think these people are the normal people who just needs to be advised to open their minds and hearts that pageantry doesn't objectify women but empower them. In my case, because through this pageant, I was able to develop my personality. I gained confidence in facing and dealing with people, or overcome my shyness and timidity. And most of all, I practiced proper self-discipline. And most importantly, I was able to pursue and promote the advocacy that I have, and that is with regards to mental health and women empowerment. I would like to elaborate, but it's quite long.
You try to make it concise, but that's actually a good answer. That's true. Objectifying women. people, you know, creeps. We cannot avoid those. Uh, yung mga lalaki that would objectify women and just look at your photos, like your pictures on Instagram with your tights and body hugging outfits. So how are you gonna, you know, answer that kind of question? Maganda yung not objectifying women, celebration of femininity, also self-expression, and you can add that this is how would you relate that to mental health? Pag mag-mental health ka, magsusuot ka ng bikini, magiging okay ka? Ganun ba yun, Ann? How are you gonna link that? So we try.
I was actually linking that not about what you were saying about mental health with regards to objectifying women, but I would like to inculcate that this pageant is not to objectify women, but it's a venue for us to showcase our purpose. And one of the purpose that I have is to promote mental health.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
The pageant. So ang identify mo doon yung mission ng pageant.
Yes,
In
the
short,
mission of the pageant itself.
yes. We are not just a woman. We are woman with advocacy.
Yes.
We're not just a simple, ordinary beauty queen. We have advocacy.
But that's a good description, no? So the pageant is not objectifying women. It's giving the women a platform for you to be
Yeah.
spokesperson of whatever you are representing.
Mm.
Janice,
Exactly.
would you like to answer? Thank you, Miss Sonia. Thank you, Anne. Janice, would you have may sagot ka? Go ahead.
I need to unmute. Okay.
The question is, why do you think people have a negative perception towards pageantry?
Many people think that the only thing you win in a pageant is about title and to win a crown. But what we win so much more is a lot of opportunities to gain confidence, and we develop new skills along with poise and grace. I started joining pageant when I was 12 years old, and
Wow.
and it started for me to gain more confidence. I developed my public speaking skills, and that made me become a very strong woman, that it connected to being successful, because being confident and my public speaking skills helped me to reach my goal in life. I did a very good interview skills that I it helps me gain what I have now. I have a very good position. I have a very good career, and that helps me a lot. Why I joined the pageant. Thank you.
Okay, that's a good answer. Janice, try to answer it in a pageant style. So we have different styles of giving answers. You know what to say, but try to style it in a way that you're answering a question in the context of a beauty pageant. Yes.
Yeah.
Poise, mabulaklak, mabola. You're trying to win and convince people. Ganun yung style when you are answering pageant questions. But you already know what to say, but we might need to differentiate answering a pageant question. But this is an interview. Again, yung panel interview, dapat pa beauty queen ang sagot ninyo. Dapat ang sagot ninyo ay parang laging may nangangandidato. Ganun yung style niya. Alright. Last question would be, why should you win this title? Why should you win Mrs. Philippines UAE? Try to compose. How would you answer? Why would you win Mrs. Philippines UAE? How would you construct the answer? You can describe Mrs. Philippines UAE. Ano ba yung mission vision ng pageant? And then relate it to yourself. And then, why would you be the best candidate? Bakit ikaw ang dapat magsuot ng corona na yon? Mrs. Philippines UAE is a pageant with the mission of giving women, married women, no. Hindi pala married lahat, no? Some of you are divorced. You can say that women to be spokesperson of certain advocacies. I am promoting this and that, and I believe there's a lot of women that can relate with my story. Relate it with the pageant. Describe nyo yung pageant na sinalihan ninyo, Mrs. Philippines, UAE. Relate it with what you are trying to represent, because that will make you unique in this pageant. Lahat kayo may kanya-kanyang pinaglalaban. So kailangan mag-stand out kayo. Again, why should you win Mrs. Philippines UAE 2023? This, I'm sure, will be asked.
Mrs. Philippines.
Ready? I'll give you 1 minute to compose your answer. It might be in your mind, in your notebook, or in your sheets there. But tell me, convince the panelists why you should win this pageant. What sets you apart from other ladies? Are you competing because may gusto kang patunayan? I tell you, kapag ikaw ay nagjo-join ng pageant, you are not joining just for yourself. You are also joining for a community that you represent. So isali mo yun. Kasi magiging selfish ang sound. You will sound selfish eh. Kapag nagsagot ka, tapos ang sinabi mo, because I want to prove to myself, try to involve other individuals. Family mo ba? Mga anak mo?
Philippines UAE.
Probably if you have a charity, yes. Women that don't have the ability to earn their own money, you are teaching them to weave bags. May nakita akong may mga ganong activity. Diba? You are a spokesperson because you believe that you have a wide range of influence. So tell us, why should you win the crown? I will reset this and then set the names here in the wheel of names. This, I'm sure, will be asked. I have Jessica.
The Wheel of Fortune.
I have Anne. I have Generals. I have Doran. I have.
Please include Sonia.
I have Sonia. I have Belle. I have Remy. I have Athena. I have Yvonne. I have Beverly.
Mrs. Philippines UAE is someone who possesses love, courage, and be the voice of the people who couldn't speak for themselves. As a cancer survivor, I will be the one who will give hope to others. That as a
Gina yun.
third,
Sige, go on.
ako po ba yun?
Oo.
Ikaw, Mami Sonia.
AZL. Saglit. Lagyan natin si AZL.
Mrs. Philippines UAE is someone who possesses love, courage, commitment, and dedication for her platform. And as a cancer survivor, I'll be the one who will bring the torch as a hope for those people who are hopeless. And I believe those qualities I have. And I thank you.
Yeah, that's true. You describe the pageant. You talk about your advocacy, and then you describe yourself, that your qualities fit the pageant, and your advocacy aligns. So dapat yun ang content, no? Yung pinaglalaban mo, dinescribe mo, at saka bakit ikaw, yung sarili mo, binenta mo doon. Ready? Nakita niyo na yung nakita niyo yung will. Hindi kayo lahat ay okay lang kung may mga similarities yung mga sagot nyo. Huwag niyong tipirin ang sagot nyo dahil hindi kayo lahat matatanong ng question na ito. But I'm so sure this will be asked. Hindi kayo matatanong ng tanong ng ito, but for sure it will be asked. It might be even a common question to all of you during the panel interview, because that will, a portion of that scores will determine of you joining the top ladies on the finals. So okay lang kung ang mga sagot nyo ay may similarities. Don't think that your sister copied your answer. Good? You guys ready?
Yes. Yes, sir. Ready.
All right. Let me turn the wheel. Beverly, why should you win this competition, Mrs. Philippines?
Hi, hello, good evening everyone. Ako talaga nauna, wait lang. Teka lang. Di ko lang iyon yung cam ko ah.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. Why should you win this pageant, Beverly?
Well, for me, I should win this pageant because this is my time. My vision's congruent to the principles of the organization, especially the advocacy of this pageant, which is Mother Who Cares the World. As the face of the million of Filipina women who's working away from their family, this is the Mrs. Philippines UAE crown represents the entire Filipino community abroad. The women which can carry herself to the next level, who can carry out the functions, can represent herself in international communities with poise, grace, glamour, and modesty, and can perform duties and responsibilities to uplift, motivate, and inspire, especially the mothers. And of course, lastly, can lay down her advocacies in promoting especially strong relationship with our children. This is the advocacy that I have, and I wanted to inspire the mothers out there to be responsible and have a very strong communication with our children back home, because not all of the mothers, OFW mothers, have the chance to have their family here or to be with their family abroad. So sorry. And a woman as well that has the various talents and can present internationally. And I think, and I strongly believe that woman is me.
Yeah. That's actually a valid answer. That's a good composition. You describe the pageant, talk about your
Thank you.
advocacy, and then you relate it to you. You align it na ikaw yun. Diba? Dinidescribe mo muna yung pageant, and then yung pinaglalaban mo, and then finally, you are that person. I want you to have that kind of structure. Thank you. Let's move to the
you.
next lady.
Thank
Thank you, Beverly. Next
Thank you,
lady
sir.
is Ginny Rose. Why should you win this pageant, Ginny Rose?
Again, sir, I'm not ready for my answer.
Okay, we'll get back to you, Ginny Rose. And why should you win Mrs. Philippines UAE 2020?
I believe that I should win the Mrs. Philippines UAE 20 because, oh my God. I believe that I have the eyes to face the eyes of the crowd. And as a conversationalist, I believe that I also have the voice on behalf of all those women whose voices wanting to be heard in any given circumstances. And I believe that I have a strong advocacy, which is timely and relevant in my life right now, and for sure in the lives of many, which is mental health, promoting mental health. Shall I prolong it still?
Yeah, well, we haven't reached you relating it to, describe mo yung pageant, yung pinaglalaban mo, yeah, that's true, and then end it strong.
Okay. So I believe that I have a strong advocacy that could help reach out everyone, and that is promoting mental health. Most especially right now that we are in the social media world. A lot of teens, our children, had been exposed to social media, which leads to cyberbullying and sometimes untimely death because of depression, comparing their lives and the lives of many. That is why I would like to inculcate in everyone to think before we click, and to before we to think that whatever we put in there should be according to the values and more good morals that our children or the young teens should follow or should be inspired of. And that's all. I can't think of any.
Yes. We missed the part that you are relating that to you. Link it and end it. You as the one that that is being described of the pageant.
That should win. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
About I did not study about it yet.
It's okay. It's okay. So, but again, ladies, that's the structure. Kapag tinanong kayo ng question that why should you wear that crown, why you should win, yung pinaglalaban nyo, yung dapat piliin ng mga judges, why you should deserve that. All right. Thank you, Anne. Next lady. Remy, why should you win this pageant? Why should you win Mrs. Philippines UAE? Hanggang 8:30 lang tayo.
Good evening, everyone. At last, nakahanap na rin ako ng from Dubai to Abu Dhabi.
Yes, Miss Remy.
Okay, me. Why should I win this competition? Was the answer right? I'm on the
question.
Yes. I should win this competition because I believe I have a unique motivation, share, and I can showcase to the mothers out there that is currently, I think, is experiencing as the same as my experience previously. And this platform is also a very good platform to showcase experience my nawala na ako dahil naglalakad ako. Should win this competition because yes, my experience, I have the experience that I can share to my fellow candidates in the first and to all the mothers out there that having a difficulties raising a child away away from there. And I think this is the good, the Mrs. Philippine Show is the good platform to you to to showcase my advocacy. Thank you.
Yes. Okay lang yan, Remy. Later, once you are settled, you can go over our video so you get to see the actual structure in answering that kind of question. Thank you, Miss Remy.
Yes. Thank you.
Next lady, we only have 9 minutes. Who was lucky to answer this question? She is Lauren. Lauren, why should you win this pageant? Ay, wala ba si Lauren? Ayun pala, si Lauren. Yes, go ahead.
Cappuccino ra ako, gamay.
Good evening, everyone. I'm still at work until 9.
Yes, Ms. Lauren, why do you think you should win this competition?
So, why should I win this competition? Okay, for me, Mrs. Philippine UAE is a pageant of a woman with certain advocacy. I should win of this pageant because of my experiences. Experiences that having a hard time in life, and I managed to prove myself that I can join with this competition. Inspires others, mothers, that even though we're a mom already, okay, we can prove them that we can make it. So I can win this title because of my vision and strong advocacy about self-love and acceptance. That we as a mother, whether we are single, we are divorced, or happily married, what stage of life is, I'm strongly believe that we should accept by the community, but what our status are. That's it.
Okay, yes, acceptance. You can be, again, describe the pageant. Huwag niyong kalimutan, i-describe niyo yung pageant. Ano ba yung pageant? Now, describe natin yung pageant that is a competition for the women that is advocacy, women that are promoting and representing certain communities of different issues, diversity, problems, maybe. And then describe why you should be why you should be the winner of this pageant. All right, next lady.
Yes.
Sonia, this is your time.
It's time to shine.
Mrs. Philippines UAE is someone who possesses love, courage, determination, and voice for someone for those who couldn't speak for themselves. As a cancer survivor and advocate of cancer awareness, I'll be the one or the bearer of torch who can give hope for those who have hopeless. And I believe those qualities I have. And that's why I firmly believe I'll be the one who will crown this title.
I firmly believe that I deserve to win this crown.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Miss Sonia. That's actually a good description. Somehow figuratively, may torch daw si Miss Sonia. You can use that. Catriona Gray is known for using figure of speech. Meron siyang ginagamit na mga certain words like silver lining. Yeah, yung torch na yun is she used that during the Miss World competition. Panoorin niyo yung mga Q&A sa YouTube after, in YouTube after this. All right, next lady to answer the question. You only have 4 minutes left. Last na to. Ginny. Ginny, you there? Or she's flying somewhere?
Who is it? Jenny Rose?
Si Chini.
Chini. Chini.
Okay,
Chini,
I
the
think wala si
common.
Chini. Baka she's flying somewhere. Anyway, we are recorded, so I'll show you later. Jessica, last lady to answer the question, why should you win Mrs. UAE 2023?
Sorry, I'm busy.
Ay, okay.
Yes. I should win the. I should win. No. With regards to my experience, when I started here in UAE, I struggled with depression and anxiety, and to battle it, I gained knowledge and friends. I would like to take this opportunity to spread awareness to all elderly moms, not only here in UAE but internationally. And with what I said, I'm being surrounded with influencers, and from that, I can also reach a wider audience to speak about my platform or to speak about my advocacy. So I would like to set myself as an example that even you struggle with depression and anxiety, you will overcome it with the use of education. And I will be your mother that cares for the world.
Yeah.
That's
okay. Thank you, Miss Jessica. Okay. Yeah, that's actually a good answer as well. So again, pag-aralan niyo yung mga advocacy ninyo kasi that will make you unique. Search topics, discussions about mental health. What is it about mental health that you are fighting for? Relate it probably with women. Dito sa UAE, ang mga kababaihan dito ay malayo sa kanilang pamilya back in the Philippines. Maybe that will more be relatable. The cancer survivor, hindi lahat may cancer. So how are you gonna relate that? Paano ka magiging relatable sa other people na might not be? So probably taking care of your health. So pwede mo siyang i-relate sa early detection. People should be taking care more because people might have people might know someone that are experiencing that kind of situation, so they can be more empathetic, diba? If you are fighting about, ano nga advocacy mo, Janice?
Sustainability and environmental awareness.
Okay, sustainability and environmental awareness. How is it relatable dito sa mga OFW? Do you think it would be ito ba ay pwede mong i-turn ito pera sa basura? Ikaw ba mismo, Janice, ay nangongolekta ng mga bote ng tubig at binibenta mo at nilalagay mo sa noon box? Be more specific, more relatable, something that is hindi parang floating in the air. It's something that you are doing. Because you are representing a community. Atina, anong advocacy mo? Nakamute ka.
Sir Joel?
I already said.
Women empowerment,
You are
mainly
in my
focus on abused
camera.
women.
Okay, yeah. So what could be your action there? O kung ikaw ay na-abuse women, ikaw ba ay nanghingi ng tulong? Nanghingi ka ba ng support system? Ikaw ba ay nag-aral ng martial arts? Ikaw ba ay lumapit sa mga pulis? Uma-attend ka? So, make action. Hindi lang yung advocacy floating in the air. You have to call for action. Sure, go ahead.
Try lang po.
Okay, sure.
randomly. Upon joining this pageant, I want to showcase. Upon joining this pageant, I want to stand up for women who are in the same situation as mine. This platform would really help to expand my audience, to be able to be aware and to be able to do some action plans. Hindi ko pala kaya.
Sir?
Yun lang naman yung final notes ko. Pag-aralan niyo yung mga pinaglalaban ninyo because that
Okay.
will make you unique. May
Sir?
mga discussions yan sa YouTube. Papanood nyo doon. It will give you additional information. Our time is up right now. I have to, because ang building namin ay magsasarado na. Nasa office pa ako ngayon. So I have to
Okay,
be
thank
out
you.
now.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Joel.
this will be recorded. I will send
Thank you,
you
sir.
the videos,
sir.
the link in
For
the
your
YouTube.
time, sir.